went over websites, but unfortunately, it's really hard to talk and hold the phone at the same time. I'm not really an expert on making videos, to be honest. I'm really a candid person. I just say what my opinion is. So today I'm going to navigate the Candace Owens website, and hopefully I can keep my hand steady while I'm holding the phone. It's hard, it shakes, I know, I apologize. So as you can see, this is the Candace Owens website. Candace Owens is an investigative reporter. She is very popular right now all over the internet. And I'm not just using her website and her name for clout, which is part of it. But no, seriously, if that were the case, I could just be using anyone for clout. I mean, I could be using Katy Perry for clout or Taylor Swift for clout, but I don't like those people. So I actually like Candace Owens and I support her. And that's why I'm also, it's not just using her name for clout. I'm actually concerned about all of the stuff that she has to say. I don't really listen to Taylor Swift because when I listen to Taylor Swift, it's just a bunch of nonsense comes out of Taylor Swift's mouth. The latest boyfriend that she cheated on, whatever, Taylor Swift. But Candace Owens, on the other hand, this is a woman, a professional woman who's actually, I hope she's not just a wolf in sheep's clothing. I hope that Candace Owens is actually one of the good guys. I hope she is. I don't want to say for sure that I know for sure she is a good guy, because then what if she turns out not to be, right? Just like how Candace Owens told people to vote for Trump and then he turned out to be covering up the Epstein list, right? Candace Owens obviously must have regretted telling people to vote for Trump. So I'm not going to tell people that Candace Owens is a good person. I hope she is. I really hope she is. It seems like she is a good person. Now, what I want to show you guys is if you guys have tips and information, and if you want to report something to Candace Owens, you can actually do so on her website, which is what I did. But I'm going to warn you guys about something. So this, as you can see, this is Candace Owens' website. Oh, it's asking me to click cookies. Essential cookies, I don't even want to click the essential cookies, because what is essential cookies? Anyways, listen, if it's not a real cookie, like, cookie with milk, I'm not going to accept it. So anyways, this is Candace Owens' website. As you can see, I suggest everyone visit the website. Whether you're a fan of Candace Owens, whether you don't like her, whether you like her, visiting her website is a lot of information that tells you not only about stuff going on in the world, but about her as well. So if you're the type of person that don't like her, you should visit the website. And if you do like her, you should visit the website. Either way, the truth is coming out. Okay, there is truth coming out. It's starting to come out that the rich elites, they seem to be turning on each other. The rich elites are turning on each other. They're getting scared. They're getting scared that the people are going to overthrow the government. So the rich elites are starting to turn on each other. So I'm not saying Candace Owens is a rich elite. I'm just saying, just visit the website, see for yourself, make up your own mind. But one thing I do want to tell you when you do visit the website is if you do go to report stuff. So for example, because I have a personal story, stuff that happened to me. I'm a victim for many years. I saw other victims. We're all victims in Canada. Canada is one of the worst countries. It's communist. There's no free speech in Canada. They put innocent journalists in prison. Like, Canada might actually if Candace Owens visited Canada, the Canadian government might actually put Candace Owens in prison for real, just for being a journalist. Just for Candace Owens being an investigative journalist who exposes stuff like the Canadian government, the government of Canada would put her in prison. So Canada is very corrupt. And I have a personal story, horrible things that were done to me. So I went to Candace Owens' website to report stuff. So look, see, you can report on the side. If you just click on the side there, you can, so contact. See, you can, well, quickly, let me just say, there's also a shop. There's a book club. There's a lot of stuff here, interesting stuff. But let's go to contact. Oh, no, not book Candace. Sorry, I didn't mean to select book Candace. I meant to go to contact. Hold on. Contact. See, so you can actually contact the Candace Owens team. Again, it's asking me to accept cookies. Like I said, unless it's a real cookie, I like cookies. But unless it's a real cookie, I'm not going to take an internet cookie. No. I don't trust any cookies from any website. Sorry. Even the Candace Owens website. So see, you can actually contact Candace Owens. You can send her an email, send her team. Apparently, she has a team. And you could send it to info at Candace Owens. There's even a contact form here. And now, the one thing I want to warn you about, which was kind of sad when I did it. So when I contacted Candace Owens, I got an immediate response. I was like, wow, like these people contacted me back right away. They let me know they got the email. See, I send a lot of information to a lot of journalists and they just ignore you or don't even tell you that they got the email. How do you know that they even got the email? Or they just ignore you. At least Candace Owens, she will respond back to you and say, hey, we got your email. And I got my hopes up. I'm like, maybe this is a journalist who actually cares about people. Maybe she really does. She's not just one of those journalists that do it for money. She's not corrupt. Maybe Candace Owens actually cares about people. And so that when they responded to my email, I got my hopes up. And then I go to discover when I'm reading the email very closely, it was an AI. It was an artificial intelligence service that responded back to me. It was Candace, apparently, at Candace Owens. She has an AI. Like, can't she afford a real receptionist? I mean, listen, technology can be great. I'm not knocking all technology, but when it comes to something very personal, like there's victims, like there's people who are like severe victims of severe things. And when you're responded to by an AI, listen, I get it. Candace Owens is busy. She doesn't have time to, like, maybe she can't afford to hire an assistant. Maybe she can't afford to hire a receptionist. I get it. I'm sorry, Candace Owens, that it's life, like life is hard. I get it. But I'm just going to warn people that it might feel very cold and impersonal if you're a victim for like 20 years of horrendous stuff. And then you go to contact Candace Owens and you get your hopes up thinking that someone from her team contacted you back. And then you go to discover it's an AI. It was a sting. It was a sting to me because I have spent so much time and hours contacting investigative journalists only to find out that they don't care, they're corrupt, they only want money. And then I actually got through to Candace Owens' team and they actually responded back to me. Then I realized that it was an AI. It was an artificial intelligence responding back to me, which I'm sure they do to everyone, right? So it just felt a little bit impersonal, but honestly, like I said, obviously she's probably busy. It's cheaper. She uses an AI to get back to people. I just want to warn people though, it stings a little bit. It stings when you've been a victim all your life by horrible government of Canada and you've been a victim and then you find an investigative journalist that actually might care about you, that actually might want to get the truth out. And then when they respond back to you, you think that it's the team, but it's actually an AI, like an artificial intelligence responding back, which I was kind of shocked because Candace Owens, she seems very religious. She doesn't seem the type of person to use an AI. You know what I mean? It's kind of, and the AI is scary. Like, listen, I'm not just, obviously the Terminator movies are just movies, but AI, artificial intelligence can be used for horrible things. Like, I'm not saying Candace Owens is using AI for bad stuff. I'm just saying AI is scary in general. So whenever I'm responded back to with an AI, I get kind of worried a little bit. I get concerned, especially victims, people who are victims probably get really concerned. We're not really trusting of many people. Victims, if you've been a victim like me all your life by the Canadian government, which they're liars, the government of Canada, they're a bunch of freaking liars. If you've been burnt and you've been backstabbed and betrayed by your own Canadian government, we have trust issues. So obviously when you have a trust issue and then you get responded back to by an AI, that's what's really sad. But anyways, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Maybe Candace Owens' team will actually respond back to me. Who knows, right? Maybe like the AI just responded back to me initially, but maybe 2-3 weeks from now, the Candace Owens team will actually respond back to me in a real person. Maybe a real person will actually respond back to me, which would be really interesting. So this is the Candace Owens website. It's really interesting. I suggest that you check it out. And I mean, I didn't really go through the whole website. I'm not really like okay, it's hard to say. So I'm not like a fan of Candace Owens. Okay, I know this sounds, let me explain. I am a victim who is desperately trying to find a legitimate investigative reporter. I am not a person who gushes over celebrities. I do not like Taylor Swift. I do not go to Miley Cyrus concerts. I do not even like male singers. I don't like Adam Levine. I don't like any of those guys. So I don't worship celebrities. I don't worship Donald Trump. I'm not one of those type of people. That's what I'm trying to say here. So as far as Candace Owens is concerned, I really don't know that much about her, to be honest with you. I just found her and realized, wow, this person, if she's willing to expose the French government, and we in Canada, we Canadians, we have known, the English Canadians, we know how screwed up the French Canadians are. The French Canadian rich elites that speak French. The French Canadians, rich elites, they speak French and they live in $1 million homes and they're so much better than you. And the French Canadians, and they laugh at poor Americans that live in trailer parks. The rich French Canadian elites. So English Canadians, we know how annoying the French Canadians are, that they're rich elites, that they're evil, they get away with evil stuff because of their money. They just bribe the police. So English Canadians, especially, I'm a conservative. I'm a conservative, not a liberal. I am a conservative Canadian. And I know, and English Canadians, we know how bad the French people are, how evil, all the evil stuff that they do. And we are powerless to say something or do something because Canada, we don't have guns to defend ourselves. Only the Canadian police have guns. The Canadian police are Nazis. The Canadian police are communists. They do not allow Canadian citizens to have guns to defend ourselves. So we've tried to speak out before. English Canadians have tried to speak out before and they beat us up. The French Canadians will beat us up. The French Canadian police officers will beat us up. French Canadian police officers will beat the crap out of us. So that's the issue. So Candace Owens, I think she very well could be legit. She could be a really great person and she could actually be for the truth. But a lot of Canadians, after we've dealt with the French Canadians and what a bunch of liars the French Canadians are, the French Canadians are lying sociopaths. The French Canadians, they're lying, like Justin Trudeau, the French Canadian Prime Minister of Canada, who lied about blackface 3 times to the media, right? If he lies about blackface, just imagine what else he lies about doing. So the French Canadians, like Justin Trudeau, who speaks French and lives in $1 million homes and goes on trips to Hawaii, and then the French Canadians, they live in $1 million homes and then they laugh at poor Americans that live in trailer parks. So obviously, it's hard to know who to trust. There's a lot of wolves. There's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. There's a lot of wolves that pretend to be the good guys and they're actually in sheep's clothing. So I could very well be confused about Candace Owens. I could think that she's one of the good guys and she's actually a bad guy. Or I could even be confused and accidentally think she's a bad guy when she's a good guy. So I really don't know enough information yet. And we all don't know. We really don't know enough information. So the best way to figure this out, the best way to figure out whether or not Candace Owens is a good guy or a bad guy, is to really go through her website. If you really go through the Candace Owens website, we can just figure out together if Candace Owens is a good guy or a bad guy or somewhere in between. So the Candace Owens website, I highly recommend you visit it. Check it out for yourself. And you could even contribute to her. You can join her book club. I'm not going to do that. I don't got money to contribute to donate to her. Sorry, I don't got money to donate to anybody, actually. I even got money for myself. So anyways, you could join her book club, whatever. A Shot in the Dark. I don't know what that is. Let's go over there for a sec. Shot in the Dark. What's going on? It's kind of scary. Okay. It's kind of scary for a second. I didn't know what was going on for a sec. Okay, Shot in the Dark. Anyways, whatever. So basically, the bottom line is you can check out her website yourself. I strongly recommend you check out her website. Is this like it's some kind of vitamin or something. Shot in the Dark. Is that what it is? Is that what a Shot in the Dark is? Is it a vitamin? Not even sure. See, I haven't really gone through. See, I don't like. Okay. I don't know why Candace Owens likes to show pictures. Anyways. Oh, so her book club. Yeah, I'm not gonna sign up for her book club. I can't afford. I can't even afford my Netflix, and my Netflix is garbage. Have you seen the shows on Netflix recently? The Netflix shows are garbage. Anyways, oh hey, we have a commenter. We have someone came in. Steve. Steve came in. Welcome, Steve. And Steve said hi. Hi, Steve. So we're exploring the Candace Owens website. I strongly recommend people check out her website. Check it out for yourself. Because I'm just as much confused about Candace Owens as everyone else is. Okay, I don't know if she's a good guy. I don't know if she's a bad guy. I really don't know. All I do know is the best way to figure out if she's a good guy or a bad guy is to go check out her website yourself. Check out her website. Check out her news articles. Check out this stuff out. Because she might very well just be a legit reporter, an investigative reporter. She might just be. But we were fooled before. And even Candace Owens admits she was fooled because remember, she said that she regrets telling people to vote for Donald Trump, right? Even Candace Owens says that she regrets telling people to vote for Donald Trump. So she's been fooled. We've been fooled. Candace Owens, there's pictures of Candace Owens kissing and hugging Donald Trump. So this is kind of like, how do we know who to trust, really? It's really hard to know who to trust. So the way that I try to figure this stuff out is who we can trust, who are the real good guys, who are the real bad guys, is the more information, the better. The more information we have, the better. So if you go to her website yourself, you can check out her website yourself and figure out if Candace Owens is a good guy or a bad guy. You can even subscribe, although I can't afford to subscribe. I have no money, literally. So I won't be subscribing to her. But anyways, other people might want to subscribe. So, like, let's, for example, go to the about. Or no, I meant to go to the about section. Hold on. Okay, once again, these cookies, it keeps wanting me to accept the cookies. No, unless it's a real cookie, like a cookie with milk, I'm not accepting it. No, I don't accept any cookies from the internet. I don't trust any cookies, anyways, unless it's a real cookie. That almost looked like Justin Trudeau for a second. Oh my, imagine if Candace Owens interviewed Justin Trudeau. Oh my God, the French Canadian Prime Minister, he's a weirdo. He's a nut job. Imagine if Candace Owens was able to convince Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to go on her TV show. Oh my God, she would rip into him probably. Candace Owens would rip into Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. But Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he's French and he thinks he's better than everyone. He probably wouldn't accept it, especially since he did blackface 3 times and lied about it. The French Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who did blackface 3 times and lied about it, he probably wouldn't even go on Candace Owens' show. In fact, if Candace Owens invited that racist Looney Tune, French Looney Tune, if Candace Owens invited the racist French Canadian hypocrite, pervert, weirdo, Looney Tune, Justin Trudeau from the Trudeau family, if Candace Owens invited Justin Trudeau to go on her show, he probably would say no. He probably would say no because, like, this is the same guy who did blackface 3 times and lied about it. It's the same guy who's a French Canadian weirdo who talks about transgender kids and stuff like that. He's a weirdo who, like, wants to have transgenders have surgery and all that. Anyways, he goes to transvestite parades. He takes pictures with transvestite school teachers. Okay, you know that the Canadian government is corrupt and nut jobs. You know that the Canadian government is nut jobs when the French Canadian Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, is taking pictures with transvestite school teachers. Okay, men that like to dress up like women, transvestite school teachers. You know the government of Canada is corrupt. You know that the French Canadians are corrupt when they're literally taking pictures in public at transvestite parades with transvestite school teachers. So, anyways, yeah, if Candace Owens invited Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who's was the Prime Minister of Canada, he just was the Prime Minister of Canada 2 months ago. He just resigned. And the person he replaced himself with was from the same Liberal Party. It's one of the bad guys. Like, it's like Justin Trudeau resigned because everyone hates his guts now. They realize what a two-faced lying piece of crap he is and that he did horrible things to people and he got away with it, and he's covered a lot of stuff up. Believe me, if he lied about blackface, if the Prime Minister of Canada lied about blackface, he did much worse than just blackface. Anyways, so if Candace Owens invited Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, to go on her show, he would probably decline because he thinks he's better than her, because he's a rich French Canadian, rich elite who lives in $1 million homes, and he speaks French, and he goes on trips to Hawaii, and he goes on trips to the Barbados, and then he laughs at poor Americans that live in trailer parks. And the French Canadians, they're anti-gun. The entire French Canadian government, they've always controlled Canada. The French Canadians have always been in power for the last 40 years. Justin Trudeau, then his father Pierre Trudeau, Stephen Harper, they're all French Canadians. And they're anti-gun. They believe in gun control. In fact, if it were up to the French Canadian government, if it were up to the government of Canada, they would take guns away from Americans. They would disarm the American people if it were up to the French Canadian government. So they probably want to take, not only would they want to put Candace Owens in prison, not only would the French Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, not only would he want to put Candace Owens in prison, he would want to take away her gun, he would want to take away her American gun, her right to defend herself. The Canadians are communists. This is why we've had enough. The conservative Canadians. I am a conservative Canadian. I am against Justin Trudeau. I am against the liberal communists. I am against these weirdo nutjob transvestite school teachers. I am against all these people. I am a conservative Canadian. And that's why I am actually on more or less on the side of Candace Owens. Okay? And so, yeah, like I said, if Candace Owens actually did invite that weirdo creep Justin Trudeau, the French-Canadian Prime Minister of Canada, who speaks French and lives in $1 million homes, and then he laughs at poor Americans that live in trailer parks. If Candace Owens actually did invite Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to go on her show, he'd probably say no. The blackface, racist, French-Canadian hypocrite, liar Justin Trudeau would probably decline to go on Candace Owens' TV on her YouTube channel. So, I mean, but that would be interesting. I mean, if Candace Owens had the opportunity to rip into Justin Trudeau and really investigate him and really report on him and ask him questions, who knows what she would expose about the French Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, right? A lot of Canadians, we believe that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is on the Epstein list. Literally, he's one of the kings of the Epstein list, Justin Trudeau. Like, he's a creep. Like, Justin Trudeau's definitely a creep. So... oh, that's Trump anyways. That would be interesting, though. Maybe Candace Owens should invite Justin Trudeau just to see what he would say. Just to see what he would say. She could do a whole YouTube channel. She could do a video on, well, not a whole YouTube channel. What I mean is a video. She could do a whole video saying, hey, she is requesting politely that because Canadians, they got to be polite, right? They don't care if they're on the Epstein list, but you got to be polite to Canadians. So she could politely request that Justin Trudeau be interviewed on her show, that she gets to interview Justin Trudeau. And please, Candace Owens, among other things, I think you should do other things as well to him. But anyways, I think Candace Owens, give him a lie detector test, please. Candace Owens, if you're able to convince the Prime Minister of Canada, the weirdo French-Canadian pervert Justin Trudeau, if you're able to convince him to go on your YouTube channel show, please give him a lie detector test. Hook him up to a polygraph test. Just watch him squirm. Just watch the French-Canadian lying sociopath. Just watch him lie. Listen, he lied about blackface, and he lied about it 3 times to the media. If the French-Canadian Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, would lie about blackface 3 times to the media, just imagine what else he's lying about. So Candace Owens, if you're able to convince the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, to go on your YouTube channel, your YouTube show, please, investigate him, interrogate him, ask him good, hard-hitting questions, and if you can, if he'll agree to it, hook him up to a lie detector test. Right? And then even if he doesn't agree to it, arrest him. You should have put handcuffs on Justin Trudeau, put him in American prison, because Justin Trudeau is a war criminal. Justin Trudeau is a pervert, weirdo, creep. Justin Trudeau, and the Canadians, we know this. Okay, there's a reason he resigned. He resigned because we Canadians we all realize what a lying piece of POS he is. Canadians, we realize what a lying POS Justin Trudeau is. Okay? I don't want to swear because if I swear, apparently I heard a rumor that when people swear that YouTube will stop recommending their channels if they swear too much. So anyway, I'm not going to swear, but anyways, if Candace Owens arrests Justin Trudeau and really interrogates him, so obviously if Justin Trudeau thinks he's gonna be arrested, then he's not gonna go on your YouTube show. So obviously, no, don't say that, Candace Owens. Don't say you're gonna. But anyways, he needs to be arrested. Justin Trudeau is definitely a criminal. He's a liar. He's a sociopath. He does much worse than just blackface. And believe me, if Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, if he lied about blackface, just imagine what else he's lying about, right? Anyways, let's get off that topic. Let's move on to a different topic for a minute. Oh, okay, let's go into this. They hit it. Wow, church? I think Candace Owens, she seems to be very religious. So it seems like this really is important to her, the church stuff, the religious stuff. I'm more of a scientist. Obviously, Planet Saturn Club. I'm a scientist, Planet Saturn Club. I'm more of a scientist, mathematician. So it seems like the church stuff is important to her. I think that there's good parts of the Bible. I think that it's really good that they teach the 10 Commandments, right? It's good to teach people, hey, don't steal, don't murder, don't covet your neighbor's wife, don't do this, don't do that. It's good to teach morals, okay? Because the truth is you would expect people to grow up with morals, but a lot of these people, they do not have ethics and they do not have morals. So at least if you teach the morals, sorry that the camera's shaking a bit. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it steady. If you teach morals, so we got another commenter. First off, can I ask a question? Because lately I had problems with my other live streams. The audio was off. People could not hear me. The audio was off. So can I ask the people in the live stream right now, can you hear me? Can you hear me talking? Because YouTube does not like me. The YouTube algorithm does not like me. My channel constantly has glitches. There's glitches on my channel. The audio turns on and off randomly. So can I just ask the people right now in my live stream, can you hear me? Can someone tell me if they hear me or not? Or can you hear me asking this question? Can you hear me? So for example, I see Monica. Monica came in. Monica said something about the Epstein list. Monica, can you hear me talking? Please? Can you please answer me? Anyways. I just spent like almost 30 minutes talking, so I hope that people could actually hear what I said. It doesn't say that it's muted. It says that it's not muted, so that people should be able to hear me talking because it doesn't say it's muted. So, perfect. Okay, so Hanabi came in and said that he can hear me. Perfect. Great. So people can actually hear me. Oh, look, Candace Owens, she even has a book. This would be interesting. Is it a cookbook? What is it? Make him a ham sandwich. Why real women don't need fake feminism. Make him a ham sandwich. Make him a sandwich. Okay, Candace Owens, interesting thing about your book. First off, it kind of looks like a cookbook, but it's not a cookbook. I'm not trying to criticize you, Candace Owens, but it does kind of look like a cookbook at first because there's so many cookbooks. I get what you're saying about you're against feminism. You're going to make him a sandwich and you want to support your man, which like it's really, but I'm going to let you know something, Candace Owens. I don't trust people making my food. Canada, the government of Canada, they drug people. The government of Canada will drug people. People will get drugged. People will wake up the next day not remembering anything that happened. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Prime Minister of Canada roofied people. Okay, especially when he went to that Taylor Swift concert. There was a 14-year-old girl at the Taylor Swift concert who's like, why is the Prime Minister of Canada, why is Justin Trudeau the Prime Minister of Canada at the Taylor Swift concert? It's on CTV News. If you search CTV News articles, they reported on the fact that Justin Trudeau was seen creepily at the Taylor Swift concert. Justin Trudeau was hanging around 13-year-old girls, and there was a 14-year-old girl who took a video of the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, and she's like, why is he hanging out at the Taylor Swift concert? So anyways, listen, of course, So, anyways, I don't trust food. I don't. Well, I mean, I don't let other people make my food for me. So, if a woman, especially if a woman, no, I'm sorry, anybody, man or a woman, anybody, if anybody tried to make my food, I wouldn't trust the food. I make my own food. And the reason I actually also said, especially a woman, is because I don't want women to think that I expect them to make food for me. Okay? Because that is, people have tried to call me a misogynist. People tried to, I'm not a misogynist at all. I would never expect a woman to make my sandwich for me. I make my own sandwich. Okay? I am a really nice, hardworking person. I am a nice, hardworking person, and I am not the type of person that thinks that women should only belong in the kitchen. Okay? Listen, sometimes women, if they're good at cooking and all they know how to do is cook, then they should be in the kitchen. If you like cooking, if you're a chef, but trust me, you do not want a woman in the kitchen who doesn't know how to cook. If the woman doesn't know how to cook, you do not want her even making a sandwich for you. If a woman doesn't know how to cook and she's a bad cook, you don't want her making any food for you, not even a sandwich, because she might even screw the sandwich up. So that's what I'm saying. Everyone should do what they're good at. Everyone in life should do, if you like cooking, be a cook. If you like being a chef, be a chef. Whether you're a man or a woman, if you like to cook, be a cook. But I personally, and I know that the government of Canada, they drug people. And that's why a lot of these, did you ever see the movie Gothica? Okay, so there's a movie, it's with Halle Berry. See, Hollywood, they constantly wake people up to what's going on in the world. Hollywood, Halle Berry made a movie called Gothica. It's all about how the psychiatrists and they take people, they take women, they drug them, they rape them. Yeah, and in one of the scenes, it was who's the Mexican, what Mexican or Spanish? One of the Latina actresses. I forget her name. I think she was married to Tom Cruise for a bit. She was married to Tom Cruise, not Nicole Kidman, that she's Australian. There was a Latina one. It wasn't Salma Hayek. It was the other one. It was the other famous one, not Salma Hayek. It was the other famous Latina Spanish actress. Anyways, oh man, I forgot her name. Anyways, I think Carmen something. So she was in the movie called Gothica, and in the movie Gothica, starring Halle Berry, the movie Gothica, one of the patients in the psychiatric ward, she gets raped. The nurses, the male nurses, the male nurses at the psychiatric ward, they rape this woman who is a patient at the psychiatric hospital. So the whole movie Gothica, starring Halle Berry, it tells people the truth about what they really do to people in Canada, especially. Canada, there are a bunch of rapists in Canada, and they all work in the Canadian government. The Canadian government is full of rapists, and they drug people in their food. They drug people's food in Canada. They drug people's food. So I would not trust anyone to make any food for me. But anyways, Candace Owens, I guess if you disagree with me and you don't have a problem with women making food for you, then check out her book, Make Him a Sandwich. So anyways, yes, Penelope Cruz, thank you. Yes, thank you, Hannah B. Penelope Cruz, that was her name. I remembered Salma Hayek. I remember Jennifer Lopez. I totally forgot her name was Penelope Cruz. Yeah, it was Penelope Cruz. Penelope Cruz was in a scene. It's a very scary scene. Very scary. And it's in the movie Gothica. Gothica with Halle Berry. And in one of the scenes, Penelope Cruz, her character, played by Penelope Cruz, she is raped, violently raped by nurses, by male nurses. Even probably the psychiatrist, even the male psychiatrist probably raped her too. Okay, so this is what they do. They take innocent people, and these are a lot of these people that go to mental asylums, they committed no crime. A lot of the people that ended up at these mental asylums, they committed no crime. This is totally, they were illegally detained. They were illegally detained, they committed no crime, they end up at these mental institutions, and then the women, they're strapped to a bed and they're raped. And then there was another movie too, which shows a rape scene by these creeps. And the movie was called Kill Bill. Kill Bill with Uma Thurman. In one of the scenes in Kill Bill, she was in a coma, right? She goes to wake up from a coma, and then she realized that this creep, the security guard that works at the hospital, the security guard that works at the hospital was raping women in comas. This creepy security guard had been raping women while they were in a coma. So, Kill Bill, in the Kill Bill movie, Uma Thurman, I can't remember the name of the character, but anyways, the character played by Uma Thurman, she wakes up from the coma and realizes this creep security guard has been raping the female patients that were unconscious. And then, of course, she probably chops his head off because that's what she was doing in the Kill Bill movie. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I know that she was pissed off. Obviously, she woke up. She kept trying to wiggle her big toe. She kept trying to move her toe because she was in a coma. She had been in a coma for so long, and so she was trying to move her body. So she was finally trying to move her body because she realized that the security guard was a creep the security guard who worked at the hospital was a creep who was raping the unconscious patients, the women. And then she finally got the strength to get up, and she probably chopped his head off, did something to him because he was a creep. But thank you so much, Hannity, for, yeah, Penelope Cruz. And watch Kill Bill, too, for the reference with Uma Thurman. Actually, you know what? Hey, Candace Owens, you should invite Uma Thurman. You should invite Uma Thurman. She probably would do it, Uma Thurman. Uma Thurman, who also was Poison Ivy in the Batman movie. Uma Thurman, and she did the Kill Bill franchise. You should invite Uma Thurman on your show. What's this? Something supercharged. Skincare. Oh, she has a skincare. Wow. Candace Owens, she's a real businesswoman. She's got a lot of products. Anyways, I'm a man. Well, I guess men need skincare products too. Men probably need skincare products the most because especially men that work in like construction, men that work in construction, men that work in really hard jobs with physical labor, those men probably get a lot of rough skin. They probably need these kind of products the most. But anyways, I'm not going to look into it for now. And so she has a book club. I do like to read. That's interesting. She has a book club. I'm a big reader. I do lots of investigating. I read lots of novels. So she has a book club. Interesting. So women who like to read, that's a positive. Sorry, I hope that didn't sound bad. But no, it is anyone who likes to read. Women, men, people who like to read, that's a good thing. Reading is a good thing. So let's go to one last thing at least, and then I'll wrap it up. So there's a specific news article I want to show you from the Candace Owens website. Not the Harvey Weinstein stuff. I didn't know Harvey Weinstein I don't know, why was she interviewing Harvey Weinstein? Is he innocent? See, I haven't had an opportunity to go through every video because there's a lot of information to go through. So I do pick and choose sometimes videos that I watch. I'm so glad that she's reporting on the French stuff, the creepy French people. English Canadians, conservative English Canadians, we've known for a while about these people. We've been victims of these people. We've been abused by these evil French Canadian rich elites. Like you wouldn't, that's why I contacted Candace Owens in the first place. That's why I contacted her website, which let's remind everyone, by the way. So if you do have any news, if you have any tips, if you have a personal story, if you're a victim as well, if you have a personal story, if you have any news tips, you can contact Candace Owens, her team. You can go to her website, CandaceOwens.com. Go to her website, CandaceOwens.com. You can go to the sidebar, and you can click on contact, and you can actually not book Candace. Well, I guess you could book her too. But I tried to hit the contact button. So go to contact. And so you can actually contact her investigative journalism team, and to see the news tips. You could contact her and give her news tips. You could send her your story. You could try to get on her show and present your story to her on her show, which would be really good. So if there's anybody out there, see, I'm a victim too. I tried contacting Candace Owens. I'm a victim from Canada. You wouldn't believe how corrupt the government of Canada is. I have been abused by the Canadian government for years. The stuff that, if you only knew half the stuff that was done to me and half the stuff that was done to other Canadian victims, you would, you know what I mean? So, I tried contacting her too. She's probably really busy, Candace Owens. So she's probably not going to get back to me for a while, if she even does get back to me. But I'm just going to let other people know that if you're also a victim, other victims, other people with news stories, if you have tips, if you're a whistleblower, if you have top secret information about the government, okay, well, maybe, anyways, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. So you can actually contact Candace Owens as well. You can go to her website, and then you can go to the sidebar, click the sidebar, and it's really easy. And you just go to contact, and you just hit the, oh, I keep hitting book, Candace. Anyways, you saw it. So go to contact. You can contact her. You could send her your information. Maybe you'll even end up on her show. Maybe you'll even end up on the Candace Owens YouTube channel show, right? And then you get to tell your story. You get to expose the evil people that wronged you, whoever did that, if anyone did wrong you. So, oh, sorry, what was I saying? Back to, I was looking for a specific article. Hold on. See, I got sidetracked a bit. I'm not the best at making YouTube videos, so I kind of see everything I do is really on the fly. Everything I do is really candid. I'm not like that type of person that like carefully calculatingly, like, don't get me wrong, I do like to use a calculator because I'm a mathematician, but I'm not like the person that likes to make these really carefully made videos, right? Where it's like a very careful narrative, you know. I just wing it pretty much. Because like, you know, when you're the victim and it's the truth, you can't screw up the truth, right? Like when you're telling the truth and you're a real victim, when you're the one who's the real victim and you're telling the truth, then you can't really screw up the truth. So if you just tell the truth, you know, so you don't have to spend 2 hours trying to carefully word a video, you know what I mean? And that's what the government of Canada does. See, the government of Canada, they'll take victims and they will carefully change and twist the story. The government of Canada will take victims and carefully change and twist the story. They have taken rape victims. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, I wouldn't be surprised if he took rape victims and made them look like monsters and then made them look like the good guy, the hero. So, I'm a victim of many things. I was beat up. They stole my money. The government, the liberals, the crazy Canadian liberals, they stole my money. They beat me up. I tried to speak my mind against the Justin Trudeau and all of the corruption and all of the transvestite perverts that they have in schools. They have transvestite school teachers. And I was beat up. I was attacked. And they stole my money. They lied about me. They put journalists in prison in Canada. If you're a Canadian journalist and you speak out against like communist China, if you speak out against the government of Canada will put you in prison. The government of Canada takes innocent journalists, like journalists, reporters, everybody. The government of Canada takes innocent people in general, but especially journalists. The government of Canada will take journalists and put them in prison just for speaking out against communist China, just for speaking out against the government of Canada. So when people say that Canada has no free speech, they're not joking. They're not lying when people say Canada has no free speech, no human rights. Canada has practically become like communist China. It really has, Canada. Canada's become like communist China. So anyways, let's go back to finding that specific article, video that I want to show you that Candace Owens did. Really interesting, really eye-opening. Oh, really scary stuff. It's down here somewhere. I saw it the other day. I briefly went over Candace Owens' website the other day because I was interested in making a video like this. Actually, hey, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a fellow YouTuber, you should consider making a video like this too. You could copy me. You could go to the Candace Owens website yourself. You could show off her how to contact her. And maybe it's better that someone else makes the video because I'm not good at making videos. So if it would be really good to show victims that they can actually contact a real investigative journalist. So I'm a victim as well. I contacted investigative journalists like Candace Owens to try to get my story across. And believe me, I contacted many journalists. Most journalists don't care. Most journalists, most reporters, they don't care. They're only in it for money. And many of them are corrupt themselves. So most journalists don't care. So when you find a journalist that actually cares, when you find an investigative journalist that actually cares, it's important. So I do feel like maybe Candace Owens does actually care about people. So if you are a victim, you can go to the Candace Owens website and you can actually tell her your story. So not many people remember to check out websites. See, a lot of people, they forget about websites, even the NASA website. Like, I'm a big scientist, I'm a big mathematician, I love science, I love mathematics. And there's a NASA website, there's a SpaceX website, there's the European Space Agency website, there's the Japanese Space Agency website, really cool. So there's really cool websites with all of these pictures of space and the universe and the galaxy, science and aliens and all this stuff. So really cool stuff. So everyone should remember to check out websites, because websites do have good information as well. Who's that? Who's that guy? Is that... Oh no, that's her husband, I think. Anyways. I haven't really looked at pictures of him, to be honest. So anyways, okay, let's go to the about. Where is it? Where was that video that I had seen that I want to show you guys very specifically? Maybe do you have to sign up? Do you have to sign up to like the description to get certain videos? Is she one of those people that will give very exclusive content for people who sign up? There was an extremely oh my God, I can't even believe the government of America, the United States government, is allowing her to tell people this. And it was a video. Maybe I saw a preview of it. That's right. Yeah. I didn't see the whole video. I saw a preview clip of it. A preview clip of the video, which was so shocking that I couldn't even believe that the United States government would allow Candace Owens to talk about this kind of stuff. And I saw the preview clip of the video, and this is actually also what prompted me to go to the website. But now it looks like maybe I have to sign up. Maybe you have to sign up to be an exclusive member or something. Maybe you have to subscribe. Maybe if you see, I can't afford the subscription right now, but if I could, I would subscribe, and then maybe that's how you get that really exclusive video. Which could also be how they get away with it. Because, I mean, if Candace Owens, right, if she's worried that the United States government's going to go after her for posting that video, then if she puts it under an exclusive channel, and if it's under exclusivity, then she can kind of control who sees the video, and she can stop, government agents from trying to take her down, from exposing the government, right? Anyways, yeah, you might actually have to sign up for her exclusive. You might have to subscribe to her to get that very scary video where she was exposing the United States government. But anyways, okay, let's just go to a random video then to show an example of the kind of stuff she does. And again, I don't accept cookies unless it's real cookies with milk. I don't accept cookies. I do like cookies, but real cookies. I don't like internet cookies. So anyways, I don't trust any cookies from any website. Because I don't even know. I'm not even sure if these cookie pop-ups are even from Candace Owens. How do we know for sure that these cookie pop-ups are even from Candace? Anyways, it could be like some kind of, trick or something. So... Okay, yeah, so let's just go to this video here. She was... Oh, it's a YouTube. Okay, I don't... Because YouTube is very particular about... Anyways. So, anyway, let's just leave it here. Anyways, so I just wanted to say Candace Owens. Yeah, the French people, the French government, they're very vindictive. The French government's very vindictive. They might actually try going after you for real. So just be careful, Candace Owens. Be careful, because the French government, they are not above hiring people to find you, to do stuff. The French government, they're criminals. The French government, the French Canadian government, the French government, they're vindictive. They're vindictive. They hire people to beat other people up. I was beat up. I was attacked when I was going through my whole journalism phase in Canada, trying to be a Canadian journalist. They hired people. They sent people to beat the crap out of me. I was in the hospital for months because I was trying to expose the evil rich pedos. I was trying to expose their evil rich elites like Justin Trudeau, the French Canadian Prime Minister, the snob. And this was before the blackface scandal. I knew that Justin Trudeau was fake. I knew that Justin Trudeau was a liar. I knew that Justin Trudeau was a pedo before even the blackface scandal. I knew. So I was trying to expose this guy for years, and then they sent people, the government of Canada, the French Canadian rich elites, they sent people to beat me up. They sent thugs to beat the crap out of me, and I was in Canadian hospital for several months. So, and that's not even the full story. Like, if you only even knew the half of it, okay? Like, I have been a victim of so many things. Like, I've got brain concussions. I got concussions in the head. They beat me. They tortured me. Like, you don't even know the half of it. I could write like 5 books on what all of the torture that I experienced in the government of Canada with these, transvestite school teachers and all the other weirdos, the weirdo liberal Canadians that do weirdo liberal stuff. So thank God we have an investigative journalist who's not one of those creepy liberals. Because a lot of journalists are creepy liberals. They are. So thank God Candace Owens is not one of those creepy liberals, So as soon as I get money, I'll probably subscribe because I want to see that video that she did that was exposing the United States government. So, but I can't subscribe right now. But as soon as I get money, I'll subscribe. But anyways. All right, let's just leave it. I'm going to try to wrap this up right now because it's been going for a while, this YouTube live stream, and I ran out of stuff to talk about. Well, trust me, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm just tired. I'm tired. I've been talking now for almost an hour. What's this? Pay-per-view or free to subscribers? Oh, okay. So she does have one of those channels. She does have one of those channels that it's like she has exclusive content for subscribers. Okay, well that makes sense. Why should free people and subscribers get the same content? I mean, if you're paying to subscribe, you should get some benefit for paying to subscribe, right? If you're paying hard money, if you're paying money to subscribe, you should get benefits, right? So it's not fair that the free people who don't subscribe can get the same benefits as the subscribers. So okay, so she does offer exclusive videos to people who subscribe. Okay. But that's not the video that I saw that I'm still looking for. That's not the video. That is an interesting video though too. I do want to see that one as well. But there was a different video that I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe that the United States government is allowing her to talk about this stuff. I couldn't even believe it. I'm worried for Candace Owens. I'm almost worried that the FBI is going to try to like arrest Candace Owens and put her in prison for exposing the United States government and all the stuff that they do. So anyways. Oh my God, scary. That is scary. Well, I'm starting to get scared. Oh, anyways. I'm starting to get scared, and I'm going to end the live stream here. But thank you to everyone who came in. Thank you to everyone. Please check out the Candace Owens website yourself. And if you want to report anything to Candace Owens, you can go. So anyways, sorry. Check out the Candace Owens. Let me get out of here because it's starting to get really the light, right? The light's hitting it's hard to see with the reflection of the light. Anyway, so there we go. I don't want this one either. Let me get to a different. Oh, they have a forum where you can it's not letting me exit out this time. Usually there's an X out button to X out the cookie thing, but it's not letting me X out the cookie thing. Anyways. Oh, there's even a forum where you could go and write comments, I guess, on the website or something. Okay, so anyways, so you can see, so you can go to hold on. Ugh, how to get out of this? Okay, you can go to the Candace Owens website yourself. You can see, you can go then to the sidebar. You can contact her. And if you do have information, once again, I keep hitting book Candace Owens. because I have chubby fingers. It's hard to hit the right. Anyways, you can contact her yourself. You can give her information. There we go. Finally, I can X out this cookie notice. You can send her information if you have valuable, important information. If you're a whistleblower, if you're maybe even a spy, maybe if you're like a spy or something and you have top secret information about your government that you want to reveal, whatever, you know what I'm saying. If you have any kind of information that you want to give to Candace Owens, then you can go yourself. If you're a victim like me, and you've been a victim of many things, and you have post-traumatic stress disorder, and you have brain concussions from all the times that the government of Canada sent people to beat you up, right? If you're a victim like me, or if you all the victims, you can go yourself to Candace Owens' website. You can contact her, and you can go to Candace Owens' website. You can contact her, and you can send her your information. You could, you might even get on her YouTube channel and be interviewed by her, right? Who knows? I can't obviously promise anything, but who knows what will happen. I don't even know if she's going to contact me back. I sent Candace Owens so much information. I contacted her because I've been a victim of the horrible government of Canada. I've been a victim of the Canadian government for years. So I tried contacting Candace Owens. I'm literally afraid for my life in Canada. Canada is a horrible communist country, and I am afraid for my life. They put journalists in prison. They'll put Canadian journalists in prison and not even give them trials, and especially not fair trials. Believe me, if you get a trial, it's not going to be a fair trial. And there's journalists who don't even get trials at all. They'll put journalists in prison without a trial at all, and even if they do get a trial, it's not a fair trial. So the government of Canada, they're corrupt. They put journalists in prison. And so I've been trying to contact Candace Owens myself, but she's probably really busy. She probably might not even respond to me either. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to keep looking for a journalist. I've contacted, it seems like I contacted almost everyone in America. There's so many corrupt journalists. I keep trying to find an investigative reporter journalist to get the information out there. Anyways, so go yourself. You can go yourself to her website. If you do have information, you could even sign up. You could be a subscriber. You could buy her book. You could, whatever you want to do, check out her skincare line, whatever, whatever you want to do. And of course, send her news and valuable information. Okay. Thank you to everyone who watched the live stream. I'm sorry that the video is, there's a lot, it's hard to hold the video and talk at the same time. It's hard to hold the video and talk at the same time. So I apologize. I tried to hold the camera steady. I tried to hold my phone steady for the hour. I'm sorry if it's a bit like, because I keep I keep liking to scroll up and down. That's like what I do when I look at websites. I just keep going fast. So I'm going a bit too fast. It's probably giving people a headache. So if there's a better YouTuber that is good at making YouTube videos, you should totally do this. You should make a video where you go to the Candace Owens website, and hopefully you're a better YouTuber than me and you're good at showing off websites. Go to the Candace Owens website, show off the website, and also show off how you can contact Candace Owens and send her valuable information if you're a victim like me, a whistleblower, etc. Okay? I hope a YouTuber sees this, and a good YouTuber, a better YouTuber than me, and makes a video. And because it's important, people, the victims like me, we got to know who we can contact, right? And I'm not saying she will respond. I'm not saying she's good. I don't know yet. I don't know if Candace Owens is a good guy or a bad guy. But I do know that we can figure this out if we go to her website. If we go to her website, the more information, the better. And the more information, we can figure out whether or not Candace Owens is one of the good guys or the bad guys. So I can't promise that she's a good guy. I can't promise you that she'll contact you back. But I can say, or she might even just be too busy. But what I will say is that at least now people know that it's possible that Candace Owens might actually be one of the good guys for real, and you can send her your story if you want. You could send her your information, and you might even get on her show. She might even interview on her show. There's a lot of victims around the world. There's a lot of victims. Unfortunately, Candace Owens, she probably doesn't have time to interview all the victims, but there are many victims. I was hoping that because I'm from Canada and I have intel on Canada and I have special, top secret information on the government of Canada, I was hoping that since I'm a really unique, I'm sure she probably doesn't get a lot of people from Canada, right? She probably gets some, but she probably doesn't get a lot of whistleblowers from Canada. So I was hoping that because I'm a Canadian whistleblower from Canada, I used to work for the government of Canada, by the way, I worked for the government of Canada for years, actually. So I used to work for the government of Canada for years, and I was hoping that I could like expose the government of Canada finally once and for all, expose these evil rich elites, expose the government of Canada, expose the evil French Canadians like Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. So I was hoping that I could finally expose these people. So that's why I contacted Candace Owens, especially. Not just that, but also because I've been a victim for years. I was a whistleblower. I tried to do the right thing. I tried to speak up, and then they beat the crap out of me. They gave me concussions. They put me in the hospital. The Canadian government, the Canadian government did this to me. The government of Canada, and they're a bunch of psychopaths. And look, they lied about blackface. If the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, the French-Canadian rich elite who speaks French and lives in million-dollar homes, and he speaks French, and then he goes on trips to Hawaii, and he goes on trips to the Barbados, and then he laughs at poor Americans that lives in trailer parks. The rich French-Canadians that speak French and live in million-dollar homes, and then they laugh at poor Americans that live in trailer parks. If they lied about blackface, if the rich French-Canadian elites lied about blackface, just imagine what else they lied about, okay? Just imagine. And there's stuff right now that I want to talk about that I don't feel comfortable talking about unless I'm in the United States. There is certain stuff information that I know. There are information and stuff that I want to talk about, that there's certain stuff that I won't even talk about until I'm like I left Canada, okay? So some stuff I can talk about. Some stuff, for example, like the blackface scandal, which everyone already knows about, right? The blackface scandal where Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, he lied about doing blackface. And he probably, if he lied about doing blackface, he probably did much worse than blackface, if you know what I mean. And Justin Trudeau, who did the blackface scandal, obviously the blackface scandal, that's already public information. But there are incidents and scandals that I'm aware of that I'm too scared to talk about unless I have protection, unless I've left Canada, unless I have protection in the United States. There is certain things that I'm holding back on. I'm holding my tongue, biting my tongue, holding back on talking about for now. So hopefully if Candace Owens does contact me, I will, and if I get on her show and I'm able to tell, and I don't care, she can hook me up to a lie detector test. Candace Owens can hook me up because I'm telling the truth. And I don't care, listen, I don't care. I'm telling the truth, so why should I care? She could hook me up to a lie detector test. I would be more than happy that Candace Owens could ask me questions, anything she wants on a lie detector test. I will be willing to go on Candace Owens' YouTube channel and I will take a lie detector test, and anything she wants to ask me, I will answer on a lie detector test because I'm telling the truth. I'm a real victim. I'm telling the truth. I'm trying to expose the lying sociopaths, the liars like Justin Trudeau, who's clearly a lying sociopath because the Prime Minister of Canada, the French-Canadian rich elite, lied about doing blackface 3 times. The French-Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, lied about doing blackface 3 times. And you know why he lied about it to the media? Because he knew it was wrong. Because he knew it was racist. That's why he lied about it. Okay? And at least there are people who are openly racist. At least they're not liars, right? There are people who are openly racist, but at least they're not lying sociopaths. Justin Trudeau, not only is he a racist, or probably a racist, but he's a lying sociopath. And if he lied about doing blackface, just imagine what else he lied about doing, okay? So I would be more than happy to go on Candace Owens' YouTube channel. I would be more than happy to be hooked up to a lie detector test. Candace Owens can give me a lie detector test. She can go through the news articles. I have lots of news article clippings that will show how corrupt the government of Canada is. Anyone who reads the news article and reads the fact that the government of Canada approves transvestite school teachers, heck, if the government of Canada is allowing transvestite school teachers, if the government of Canada, if the French Canadian rich elites in the government of Canada, if the French Canadians, if they're allowing transvestites to be school teachers, like if you read that news article, you're going to be like, the government of Canada screwed up. But trust me, that's not even the worst news article that I can point you to. Like there's tons. There are so many news articles. I've been following the government of Canada for years, like following the news articles. I don't stalk the government of Canada. I don't like sneak into top secret Canadian research facilities and then, anyways. So basically, what I'm saying is like I can expose the government of Canada once and for all. I can expose these liars. Like I said, if the Prime Minister of Canada, if Justin Trudeau, if he lies about blackface and lied about it 3 times, just imagine what else he's lying about. And I can point you to other scandals, scandals that's not even in the news yet. I can tell you stuff that has happened that hasn't even made the news, and that's why but that stuff, that specific stuff, I will not say until I feel safe enough. There's obviously the blackface scandal that's already public, right? So the blackface scandal, that's already public information, but I do know information and I do know of scandals that happened that were totally covered up, like heinous stuff. I know about heinous stuff that was totally covered up and that the government of Canada covered up. And I would be more than willing to tell everyone on a live stream, and Candace Owens could give me a lie detector test right on a thing. I worked for the government of Canada for years. I'm telling the truth. So I have no problem taking a lie detector test. I worked for the government of Canada for years. For years, I worked for the government of Canada. I'm telling the truth. So I have no problem taking a lie detector test. So I'd be happy to go on Candace Owens' YouTube channel. She could give me a lie detector test. She could ask me any questions she wants about the government of Canada. I will answer, and I will expose these evil, lying, rich elites. I will expose the evil government of Canada once and for all. And Justin Trudeau, the fact that he lied about blackface, that should tell you. If he lied about blackface, trust me, he's lying about many other things. Blackface is not the only thing that French Canadian weirdo Justin Trudeau lied about. He lied about many things, okay? He is two-faced. He's a sociopath. He's a two-faced lying sociopath, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and I can expose the entire French Canadian government, the entire Canadian government, and I'd be more than happy to go on the Candace Owens show. She can give me a lie detector test. She could ask me anything she wants, and I would answer. So anyways, I'm tired. I've been talking for over an hour, and it's really hard not only being a victim, but then also like when you talk about it, every time you talk about it, you remember horrible things that happened to you. You remember the horrible things that happened to you. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have PTSD. I have severe PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And whenever you talk about traumatic events, when you talk about things that are traumatic, when you talk about traumatic events, when you talk about things that are traumatic, it's really hard to talk about. It brings up memories of things that happened to you. So I'm tired. I've been talking for an hour. Starting to get my PTSD starting to come up because I'm remembering things that they did to me, horrible things that they did to me. And I gotta end the channel now, I guess. Or not end the channel, not end the channel. I gotta end the live stream now because I'm getting tired and I talked already for an hour, and I'm starting to remember horrible things they did to me, and I gotta go.